Good morning. I literally just popped out of bed, so my eyes are not open yet. We were up pretty late last night cleaning in here, and anyway, we eventually all did get to sleep. So we slept in a little bit. I think it's like 8:30 in the morning or something, which is pretty bad for us. Back home, this is 12:30, middle of the night, and that adjustment still hasn't happened yet either. So we get to see everything today. Beautiful this morning, though. This is one of the reasons we picked this property. So the house is big and it's nice, but it needs cleaning for sure. But these views are stunning. We do have a neighbor right here, and then they have their yard, so our fence is right here. And then we go all the way down to here. I'll walk down there later. And there's a nice big open pasture field down there. Just like I said last night. And there was 2 horses in there when we moved. I see one horse there now. It's behind that tree. There's one horse walking right there. But they do put their cows in here as well at times. So we have an immediate courtyard with a bit of garden space. And then I think there's a door on there. At least there would have used to been. You could close that space up. And then we have another garden area. So right now it's full of pumpkins, a bunch of different stuff. We actually have a chicken coop in here. Can't really tell, I guess, but there's a chicken coop in here and some other little pens. I haven't looked in those yet. I think the kids have. And then, yeah, just a big garden. Lots of room to run. In this tree here, these are all edible orange balls. I don't know if you can see those. Okay, so when they turn a little bit more red, they're a little bit better to eat, apparently. Like right here in the tree, there's a redder one right there. Those are called persimmons, as far as I know, and they're actually kind of yummy. I don't know really how to compare them. They're very sweet to bite into. We also have over here we have some sheets airing out yet. I threw them all out and hang them up. These ones, oh, what do they tell me these are again? Anyway, somebody watching here, I'm sure will know what these are. I can't think of what they're called right now. But they're edible as well. Here's the pumpkins I was talking about. So they do belong to somebody around here. If you're not using your yard, your neighbor will borrow it, rent it, whatever. So they belong to somebody, but we're welcome to eat as many as we want, as we were told. They've got tons of grapevines here. It's a big time wine country. They grow lots of grapes all over the place. And there's an apple tree, and I don't know which one it is. The kids were eating out of it yesterday, and they said they were absolutely delicious apples. So somewhere in here, there's a bunch of different trees. Here's a tree with some fruit. I don't know what that is either. So anyway. So yeah, it goes all the way down there, and then all the way over to this, over here somewhere, there's a corner. And then just beautiful views of these mountains out in the distance. So this is just a rented home. Give you the grand tour of the whole place. We have to pay heat and hydro, which obviously heat in this country is pretty minimal because they don't have winter. So right now it is November 1st, I believe, and I think it went down to 16 Celsius last night or 17 Celsius last night. They do dip a little bit. There is a little bit of chance of snow the odd time, but it doesn't happen very often, not for very long. Oh, so that's nice. And then the water bill apparently is like nothing. So heat, hydro, water, I guess. So is what we have to pay for. So water we got to figure out yet. There's some, I don't know, there's some system here where there's like a tank we got to fill up or something. So we'll find that out today. The water guy's supposed to come today. Like I said yesterday, it's a bit of a cruise to town. So I have to get a taxi for that. Or if we're going to stay here long term, then we're going to have to get a vehicle of some kind at some point. We're more independent like that, especially where we used to live. We're just used to, every time you need something, you just get in the car and go get it, rather than calling a taxi and waiting. But even after you've done your groceries, then you got to call a taxi to come home again. It seems like a pain, although taxis are cheap. We had a minivan which cost more than a regular taxi, so all of us could get to town yesterday. And the guy took us to town. Then he waited while we shopped for an hour and a half to 2 hours, trying to find our way through the grocery store. And he brought us back here again, unloaded our groceries, and that cost me 70 lari, which is like, I want to say maybe 40 Canadian dollars or something. So pretty cheap compared to a taxi back home, but it would add up. I mean, if you only do it once every 2 weeks or something, it's not so bad, and then just hang out here, that could easily be done as well. So it looks like there's people living way up there too. So you got this valley and this hill, and then there's another. See that? Looks like there's a village up there or something. Hard to hold the camera steady at that distance. Yeah, pretty neat. Like to listen to the birds and stuff. It's nice. And there's one more floor up here. I'll take a look up there later. But for now, gotta make some coffee. All right, not much more week, but I got coffee at least. So there's a second story here. That's the main story where we come out that door that's open. A pile of corn here. I don't know what the deal is on that. Somebody, I guess, was growing corn. I'm assuming they're gonna come get it. I'm not sure. So we've got these stairs here. This is kind of the backyard. That thing's just sitting there. It's not doing anything. It's just sitting up on this guy's roof. Maybe it used to. They might have used to have fires. There's a lot of stuff here is making wine. All the process that goes along with making wine, but they have a lot of things here. Wine making equipment anyway. Well, if you see a concrete wall through that, this is all our backyard as well. There's more of those persimmons hanging in the tree here. There's some water tanks, and there's another concrete building there. It's like a storage room, lots of tools in it and stuff. And then underneath the backside of the house, there's a little pig pen. Weird spot for it, but so anyway, I'm gonna go up the stairs here now. There's actually nothing up here. I have just a big empty room. So random spot to stand here. Beautiful views again. We'll keep going up, and we can peek into the neighbor's yard. He's actually got some chickens running around his yard, which I wouldn't mind getting. I don't see them now. I hear them. Oh yeah, there's one right there. Let me put down coffee first. See what I do for you guys? I need to put down my coffee. There's a chicken running around here somewhere. Right there. Well, anyway. So you can see he's got the same thing going on. He's got his first courtyard, and then he's got a fence, and then he's got a back courtyard, and I guess that's where he keeps his chickens. And I was thinking of doing the same. Thing is that we might not be here real long. We don't know yet. So we don't want to get too many animals, but this would be the perfect yard. I wanted a big yard so we would have room for a cow. So the idea here is that you can keep your cow here, and then you let them out through the gate into the communal pasture. Actually, the way the system works here, somebody will come by and round up the cows. So I've shown some footage before of the cows wandering down the side of the road. Well, there's like a local shepherd or whatever. Oh, this guy's got chickens in his backyard too. Oh, it's a chickens running around. But yeah, they'll come by, pick up your cow with everybody else's cow, and there's a small fee for that, and they bring him out to some grass to eat. But that pasture looks like slim pickings for grass, in my opinion. There's not much left in there. Overgrazing. So anyway, everybody's backyard's got stuff. So we are this fence all the way back to there, all the way across, and all the way back up. That's a decent sized yard. I don't know. I'm gonna map it out in a minute and see if I even have an acre here or not. I'm not exactly sure. And then, so this is all grapevine stuff growing up on top of these things. I tied them on. And like I said, that's a big thing here, grapes. The rest of it, I don't know. Maybe they used to have grapes growing on that too. I don't know. They got little steel racking and stuff all over the place. These kinds of houses were gifted through family, right? So you inherited it, and you didn't necessarily need another house. Also, people moved out of the countryside, they moved into the city, and better jobs, right? So same thing. We found people in Russia are the same way. They've moved out of the countryside, out of the farming life, and moved into the city for better pay, and supposedly a better life. But in my opinion, a better life is not found in the city. A better life is not found with more money. The better life is found with the freedoms and the availability to grow your own food in the country. That definitely gives a better life. So up here though, I just came up these stairs. I'm assuming that's a bathroom because there seems to be 3 bathrooms on top of each other. I've never been in that door. That, and it doesn't even have a doorknob, which is interesting. Yeah, it doesn't even open. I don't know. And then there's another one here I never noticed either. First time we were here, we actually never looked upstairs because the guy told us there's nothing up here. Oh, this one opens. Oh, it just all goes into the same building. Okay. But yeah, there's nothing up here. We're gonna wake everybody up downstairs doing this. Hang on. Alright, so I open it up. Here we go. There's a big wide open space of nothing. So yeah, that door would have went to that spot around the corner here where you could probably build another bathroom. And it's completely unfinished. So if we were to buy a place like this would be awesome because you could renovate this for sure. Put all the bedrooms up here. And the other neat thing, everything's concrete. We do everything wood in our country because there's lots of wood. They don't have a lot of wood. What they do have, I guess, is cheap concrete. So you got these steel beams. That's what holds everybody's houses up. And then concrete. You'd think that would be incredibly heavy. That's just how they do them all. And then they have these for heat. These are all gas heaters as far as I know. Gas lines running through the house. And this is actually a porch. I've never actually been out here yet, but I'm walking in bare feet this morning. Probably not wise. Anyway, you can see there's a bit of a porch here. It's outside. You can see how it would actually be very beautiful. Very beautiful if it was fixed up and stuff in here. Again, still something we're considering. We're not really planning on Georgia for long term. But it is a nice place to hang out, and the climate is just amazing. So I'm starting to really like it. There's negatives and positives. Culture shock, not so much, I guess. Pretty well everybody speaks English of one form or another, so it really hasn't been an issue in that sense. It is a different culture, yes, but it's not really shocking. I think more shocking is just the way people live. A lot of the houses that we looked at were very bad, and just... yeah, I guess we're spoiled. We're used to nice things. To bring your family to a place where, nothing's ready. And it was an emotional day yesterday. It's all something we'll get through, though. I'm sure of that. I mean, a lot of people living in a lot of nice houses, but some of the ones we looked at were in very, very poor repair. And just smelled gross or disgusting. There's cracks in the walls. And yeah. Knowing where we came from. I keep saying though, we talk about doing missionary work all the time. I mean, you'd be going to random countries and living in some pretty random places, and if we can't make it work here in Georgia, then we're never going to be able to do it in these other places either. I think of I just seen pictures of some people living in some pretty rundown shacks in other countries, right? And we got to learn to make do and just get over those boundaries. So we're working on it. We are. We're a little bit spoiled, I suppose. And I think probably more used to roughing it than the average North American. We've lived in a lot of houses that were in poor shape in Canada, as well as we fixed them up and then sold them again, and so we're not completely new to it. Anyway, I could stand here all day looking at this view. I hear somebody's awake downstairs there, somebody's coughing. I'm looking forward to getting rid of that. Today's a lot better. I feel a lot better. I'm not coughing quite as bad. You can see we're surrounded in mountains. And we're down in the valley here. I'm gonna go see who's all awake. See, my beard's getting bushier. I still have not found a transformer, and I have yet to buy a shaver. So I don't know, maybe I'll grow it down to my waist first and then buy a shaver. Doubt it, but we'll see. Okay, so sitting here answering some YouTube comments and some emails from some viewers. But Ariana just picked one of these persimmons, I think they were called here, one of the red ones. This is what they look like up close. Oops, no, it's blurry. There you go. What do you think? Like, it looks disgusting, right? And what does it taste?
Pretty good.
It's delicious. It tastes like what? Sour, sweet?
Sweet.
Very sweet, right? So, and you were saying it looks like a mixture of what?
Tomato.
Tomato and? Just tomato, just kind of looks like a tomato?
Yeah, it looks rotten inside.
That's what it looks like, yeah. It looks like a rotten tomato. But it's not. That's how they look. And they're actually really delicious. Very juicy. You can see it running down our fingers here. Persimmons. So you're going to eat another one after that one?
I might.
It's a little different, eh? Than what we're used to. So it's not rotten fruit. That's a real fruit. Happy eating. Okay, so we have the two different gardens. There's one closer up to the house here, and I'm assuming that maybe you used to have a gate, I don't know. And then you have the larger yard, if you will, which is pretty big. Runs all the way down to that gate there with the blue gate or green, whatever that is. And all the way over to that fence there. That little shed is on the neighbor's property. So kids found some grapes here. They're still up on the tree. Oh, these ones are getting pretty weathered looking, but
And then over here.
almost more like raisins here now. Here's tomatoes, still in here. Somebody had tomatoes in the garden. Don't step on all their tomato plants, okay? What do you got over here? You show me. Yeah? What do you got? There's like pumpkins or gourds or something that somebody planted. There's all little fenced off chunks, so we could put chickens in here for sure.
I think this one would be good to eat.
You think that's an apple? Oh yeah, the small little ones. Oh, there's a bigger one over there. Yeah, so there's still fresh apples on the trees. Not sure what kind of tree this is. It almost looks like oranges. Little fruit trees. And that one there, that's the walnut tree?
There's another one at that corner.
So apparently there's walnuts in here the kids found.
See all the balls in that
Interesting. Is there any more in here?
No.
Oh, yeah, so there's one up in there. See them hanging up there. Little walnut. So big yard. That's our house up there. And we have garden space all down here. It's nice looking soil too. Cool to plant the garden. Somebody had corn in here, looks like. What do you got?
Over here's a bigger apple.
Oh yeah. That's a little bigger. And they're very yummy, you said, eh? Good to eat.
Look
So,
like store-bought one.
you know, you go back up here to the chicken coop. Okay, so this is a bit of a chicken coop here. I haven't been in it yet, but take a look. Dirt piled up against the one side. How do we get in there, guys? Gotta go around?
To get in there?
Yeah, I'll have to go back around this way. So these are good to eat too. They're persimmons. The redder ones are ready. So up in the tree there's some redder ones. Those are good to eat. These are good too, but they're a little harder. The redder ones are softer. Concrete is cheap in this country apparently because they use it for everything. So there's one little chicken coop area or something. Dog area, or I guess it'd be for chickens, eh?
You can't even go in
What's in this one? Can you open this door?
It looks like a pig pen.
A little pig pen, maybe.
That's the shed.
Yeah, this is just a little shack here for the chickens at night. I guess you'd lock them up. Looks like there's a roosting spots for chickens. So. And then they have this little run here. In there. So, and then that's our neighbor's fence there again. And then chickens can run around. Here's lots to eat. So I think we'll probably buy a couple of chickens and let them run around. A few fresh eggs would be nice. So, and then around here we have a big yard again, lots of trees. I don't know what's in all of these. Some kind of fruit in this tree as well. I don't know what that is. Maybe an apple, I don't know. Doesn't quite look like an apple. Lots of fruit bearing trees. There's another little shack back in there. It's a storage shed. This is our neighbor's house. Looks like somebody's building a brand new house over there. Yeah, and then there's a big tree of some kind. And there's lots of pumpkins. This is somebody's pumpkin patch. A lot of stones in here too. It's a little hard on a rototiller, I would think. Oh, this is a day full of surprises. It is beautiful out here right now. And I was just picking these, or thinking about picking these grapes hanging on the tree that are yummy. They're eating fresh apples off the trees. These kids found walnuts. Do you still have them, or did you eat them?
I ate it.
Yeah, that's too bad. Anyway, maybe I got some pictures anyways. They found some walnuts on a tree back there. So right there you can see Wes back there maybe. He's underneath a walnut tree. And there's another one on that corner. It's actually on the neighbor's land. There's another walnut tree. We have a whole tree full of persimmons. Lots of edible ones in there. There's a tree there with a fruit called quince. I just found it. I had no idea what that was. Apparently they're popular around here, but they don't taste very good in a raw form. In raw form, they're kind of bitter. I guess they make a preserve out of them or something, and those are really yummy. And then what else have they been eating? There's some tomatoes growing here in the garden yet. Somebody was eating. So yeah, anyway, it's a good morning for fresh food. Interesting here as well. They have this concrete all the way around the bottom, and this mesh is actually cemented into the concrete. It's just perfect for pigs. And it's probably why they did it, I'm guessing. So the pigs will stay in the yard. We could let them roam around here. They could till all this up. I gotta figure out who owns these pumpkins though. And they can haul their pumpkins out of here first. And man, is there ever a lot of rocks in here. So let the pigs till it up and we could pick rocks, and then if we're here long term we could plant stuff in here as well. Mind you, pumpkins will do in here without picking rocks too, I guess, but get something planted in here would be nice.
Hey darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world